First day where all 30 teams are playing. This would have been Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown. We'll talk about induction weekend and looking forward to next year in Derek Jeter. But how are things looking to you, Dan? You've been watching games for 2 nights. What's it like?
It's different, Brian. It's the world that we live in 2020. I give the players, I give baseball credit for getting out there. We were a week ago wondering with the positive test, were they going to be able to pull this off? It's a different baseball, but you know what, Brian? After watching 2 days worth of games, I'm buying into it because the players, the managers, baseball in general, they're buying in. We're doing the best we can to put a great product on the field.
And when you're watching a game, I'm flipping channels back and forth like everybody else between our network, it's over on ESPN, Fox today. After a while, you get back into the rhythm. It's not the same thing as hearing the murmur of the crowd. Maybe it's a fake crowd noise, that sort of thing. But it is Major League Baseball once these guys lock in and they start focusing.
You know what? And once you dive into it and you get used to like seeing empty seats and a more quiet, serene kind of mood, I think when it gets to me is when a game gets tight in the 7th to 8th inning and a team has a runner on first and third and there's nobody out. You just don't feel that energy yet, but it's baseball.
All right, biggest takeaway then from the actual games that you saw yesterday?
Yesterday, the first 2 days of the season, the DH in the National League and Yoenis Cespedes. Hadn't really been almost 2 years since he had been in a game. Jacob deGrom was terrific. Mike Soroka was terrific. One swing of the bat. This is all the amazings needed yesterday. 1-0 win. I marveled all summer camp at the bat speed. He is in tremendous shape. And if Yoenis Cespedes, known as La Potencia, which is Spanish for the man, if he delivers the Mets stock way up in that tough AL East, NL East.
That was a 1-0 game. DeGrom was very good. Mike Soroka was very good. Actually, we're seeing, and I don't know if this is a trend or just the very start, we're seeing very good starting pitching performances.
And not surprising because, listen, hitters are a little bit behind the 8 ball. These pitchers have come into these summer camps in terrific shape. Look at those guys. Shane Bieber's a young starting pitcher. I rated him in the top, for sure, 10 pitchers in the game. 14 punch-outs and only 1 walk. Hit 259 strikeouts last year, Brian. Kyle Hendricks, first complete game in over 25 years for the Cubs in an opener. Only needed a little over 90 pitches to get that done, too.
We mentioned a few new rules. Again, there's going to be a new playoff format this year. Also, in extra innings, there's going to be a man on second base starting every inning, and we saw that finally take place. No, finally, it's day 2. We saw that hit with the Angels and the A's last night.
You know what? I'm a little bit more accepting of it here. It looks like here there's a little bit of a running mistake right here. Shohei Ohtani, you know, the two-way sensation. A great play by Chapman here to get him caught into the rundown. And the Angels squandered an opportunity late. They come back and they get a big grand slam home run in the bottom half of the inning. So that was the first extra inning game we've seen with a runner on second, nobody out.
I even heard the conversation saying, well, it really didn't factor in because it was the grand slam. No. You start with a man on second base. It leads to other things. This is going to get games done.
It led to a wild pitch. It led to an intentional walk. It leads to a lot of different things. You put more base runners on, one swing of the bat and it was over.
And I like it this year. I want to point out, I'm saying, hey, get these games over with. I don't want to see games get over with. But this year, get games over with.
You know, Brian, I'm with you.
And get out.
I think we can look at this when the season is over. We can look at the rules changes, see what we like, what we dislike, talk about it, maybe go back and forth about it. But right now, we're playing. We're going to try to get 60 games in 66 days.